The Magic Show is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and check this out. On the weekend of March 13th and 14th, the StarCityGames.com Open Series hits Indianapolis, and this event is going to be huge. We're talking hundreds of players, $10,000 in cash prizes, at least 8 players qualifying for the 2010 StarCityGames.com Invitational, live coverage on the StarCityGames.com website, tons of side events, and as much Magic the Gathering as we can pack into one weekend. So make plans to join StarCityGames.com, and we'll see you there.
Hi, this is Craig Wesco. Welcome to the Magic Show.
Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Magic Show. This week we're taking a look at Worldwake Standard, the breakout stars from Pro Tour San Diego, to the upcoming release of Rise of the Eldrazi and some wicked spoilers. Let's go! So these past few weeks we've been reliving the Magic Cruise and Pro Tour San Diego, and of course it's been a blast. But what I've most enjoyed over the past few weeks is watching Worldwake really come into its own, as it were. A few realizations as the tournament finishes rack up. First, Stoneforge Mystic is awesome right now. If you don't have a set, you better get a set. They are just incredible in standard and extended, and fun in casual decks of all shapes and sizes, and give white actual card advantage. A few weeks ago I said she would be worth some cash someday, but little did I know how soon that day would come. Turns out that just fetching Basilisk Collar, Sigil of Distinction, and even Trusty Machete is good enough. Second, speaking of awesome, the Build Your Own Visara combo is seeing heavy play, and by that I mean Cunning Spark Mage wearing a Basilisk Collar. Basilisk Collar is one scary mamma jamma, and this combo by itself can do serious damage to any green or green-white aggro deck. That sure is a nice Baneslayer you got there. Guess I'll kill it and gain a life. Another exciting innovation has been Jerry Thompson's Koros deck, which runs the Cunning Spark Mage Stoneforge Mystic Basilisk Collar combo and will happily blow your mind by playing a Singleton Kitesail Apprentice, a pair of Core Duelists, and yes, that is a pair of Adventuring Gear along with 15 Sacklands. Wow! Easily the breakout deck of the Midwest Master Tournament in which it made top 8, Jerry T, the same guy who married Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meek into Dark Depths to win a Magic Online PTQ, shows us what Boros Bushwhacker 2.0 really looks like. Fellow premium writer Adrian Sullivan recanted a tale where he had 7 mana and a Sigil of Distinction with 4 counters on it in play. He rips Ranger of Eos to fetch Goblin Bushwhacker and Core Duelist, playing both and kicking the Goblin, then attaching the Sigil of Distinction, dropping a back-breaking 16 damage from out of nowhere. Ridiculous! Going back to the PT for a second, the unfortunate part of that event was the Jund on Jund final. Good lord, how boring. That stupid deck has been completely crushing for months, and here comes the Pro Tour where it crushes once again. I know it's cool and different to have green, black, and red be the card advantage colors for a while, but I'll be glad when Shards of Alara rotates its way into the wild blue extended yonder. I've had enough of these Bloodbraid Elf into Blightning shenanigans. The dual manlands showed up at the Pro Tour, and by that I mean all of them except Creeping Tar Pit. Poor Creeping Tar Pit. He's just a little too small or too slow to matter right now, and there's no deck that needs him. But I'm betting that one day he'll show what he can do. Though Worldwake manlands are all arguably as good or better than Treetop Village, and with 4 seen play so far, the 5th probably isn't that far behind. As for the 6th manland, I gotta take a moment and congratulate my buddy Craig Wesco on his awesome performance, making top 4 with my favorite archetype of all time, White Weenie. Have you actually played with Dread Statuary? I mean, have you? It's a beating. I love this deck, whether it's the awesome creature base or the realization that there are 6 manlands in Worldwake that are all awesome, and that's fantastic. And yes, Trusty Machete got there, in the top 8 of a Pro Tour. That's just fantastic. So far, it looks like Worldwake is having more and more impact, as players are finding new and exciting ways to get those cards to work just the way you want. Sajiri Step is making Knight of the Reliquary into Mother of Runes. Tectonic Edge is slowly gaining respect. Jace the Mind Sculptor is quickly emptying wallets, and Kazul Tyrant of the Cliffs is finding its way into more and more deck lists. And say, is that Calastria Highborn in the 3rd place Star City Games Standard Open from Richmond a few weeks ago? Oh, yes sir! Turns out she is pretty good after all, at least in the right deck, of course. But enough about Standard. How about them Rise of the Eldrazi spoilers? Let's check them out. Alright, in what is destined to be the best Magic Arcana article ever, the Eye of Ugin opened up just as you clicked on it, and then, oh my god, what the hell is that? Ah! Kozilek, the Butcher of friggin' Truth is here, and he's ready to rock and roll. He's big, nuts, huge, and taking over your browser. Yes, that is a 10-mana creature. Yes, that is a 12/12 10-mana creature, arguably more aggressively costed than Darksteel Colossus. And look at those abilities. When you cast Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, you draw 4 cards. Not when it enters the battlefield, but whenever you pay its mana cost, which thanks to the Eye of Ugin being in play is only 8 mana. For a 12/12 that draws you 4 cards just for playing it, and we're not done yet, and your opponent sacrifices 4 permanents when he attacks them. Now that is one scary monster. Your opponents are soon losing stuff just at the threat of him dealing them damage. But we're still not done. Even after all this, he's a Gaia's Blessing that can keep you from getting milled to death, along with simply shuffling him back into your deck when he dies. But another interesting quirk, note that the shuffle ability is a when-triggered ability. Compare this to Progenitus. Progenitus, by contrast, is a replacement effect. If he would go, you shuffle instead. Kozilek, however, is a win, meaning he hits the graveyard and then it goes on the stack and you can respond accordingly. What am I getting at? Well, he can be makeshift mannequined or reclaimed or what have you while that ability is on the stack. Now, if you reanimate him, you don't get to draw 4 cards. That's only if you cast him from your hand, but he's still a 12/12 with Annihilate 4. That said, the Eye of Ugin has exploded in price after the spoiling of this monster. What was once a $3 to $5 mythic is now a $15 mythic. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth is now being pre-sold on StarCityGames.com for a mere $19.99, and I for one think that could be quite a deal as more is spoiled from Rise of the Eldrazi. Remember how early and how underrated Jace the Mind Sculptor was? Why would they preview a bad card so early? Because it's not bad at all, and could in fact be an aggressively costed Eldrazi. You ever thought about that? We'll see if that pans out, but I would suggest you get yours early before the rest of the set starts leaking outwards. But we're just getting started. I got a whopping 6 spoilers to show you, so let's get... Hello, is this thing on? And you wouldn't believe this guy. What a power... Okay. So there's a bit of an embargo on the new Rise of the Eldrazi spoilers. Join me next week when I'll be making a special episode to air on Sunday night at midnight, technically Monday morning, where I'll go over the new spoilers and we'll discover some more of the set together. Until then, we'll take a look at some of the incredible new art from the set in this new musical montage. So until next Monday, Magic players, this is Evan Irwin, tapping the cards so you don't have to.